Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 50 Plus Club. My name is Sean, and I am in my 50s. And on this channel, I share my experience, strength, and hope from a very honest perspective. And hopefully, I'm able to help somebody in the process. However, today's topic is for the general public. Today, I'm going to be talking about active drug addiction and drug use. I'm a recovering addict. My clean date is March 8th, 2004. This year, I got over 20 years clean. And I'm so thankful and grateful for that. I can remember being out there on those streets. There are some things that I did that I would never tell my family. But I did share. I shared in the NA meetings. I shared with my sponsor. And I did the work to get clean and stay clean. And I still do work. I just want to encourage you, if you're struggling to stay clean, you can do it. You can do it. You're not going to be able to do it alone. The only time that I've seen people do it alone is if they were hospitalized for a long period of time, or they went to church and got saved, or they were in prison for a long time, so then they end up getting clean. If none of those are your situation and you just out here, you're going to need a support group, you're going to need a higher power, and you're going to have to make up in your mind that no matter what, and that actually is what kept me, that no matter what, that no matter what, I lost a child during my time being clean. I've had to file bankruptcy. I've lost a lot. And I still, in the back of my head, it was like, no matter what. And that kept me. I'm going to share a story with y'all that actually brought me to tears, because out of the clear blue, someone called me and said, yeah, is this Sean D? It was somebody from the NA program. And they called me and they said, well, you probably don't remember me, but you used to chair the Friday Night Live meeting in, well, I won't say what city, but you used to chair this meeting every week, and I used to come, and I remember you lost your daughter and this, that, and the other. I did not remember this person. That was 15 years ago. 14, 15 years ago. I just didn't remember this person. But they were sharing with me that they were still struggling and they've had periods of clean time, but they just remembered that I kept saying no matter what. And then they shared with me that they had been clean for 6 months at the time that we were speaking. And when they were talking to me and telling me what type of impact I had on them, tears was just streaming from my eyes. I was just sitting here, tears just streaming. They didn't know I was crying. My girlfriend was looking at me like I was crazy, but I was overwhelmed with gratitude because I wasn't trying to impress nobody. I wasn't trying to put on no show. I was trying to stay clean. And I knew that I had to share my experience, strengths, and hopes to do that. I couldn't have any secrets. I had to share exactly where I was at. Get some help. Tell people what you are thinking. Don't go get high or drunk and then call somebody and tell them what you think. And don't do that. But you really need to talk to people when you feel like you want to use or you want to go out there. You'll be surprised who will help you. In the NA program, you call somebody and you tell them you want to use, somebody will come get you and take you to a meeting. Or they'll talk you off the ledge. We will do whatever we can to not see you use. But that's something you're going to have to want for yourself. It's almost like I took one step and then God took two. For years of me being out there, I was out there for 17 years addicted to crack cocaine. Prior to that, I was the dealer. So I went from the dealer to the user. 17 years. And I can remember I would be crying. I would be crying walking up to the dope house because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. But my body was craving it. And I would just be tears streaming down my eyes and I'd be crying all the way to the dope house. And as soon as I get ready to knock, I have to clear my face and clear everything up and put on my street game. What's up, T-Bone? What? Let me get this, that, all that bullshit. I knew then that one day I was going to get clean. I knew that God did not put me here to live like that and to do things that I would never, and I mean never do if it weren't for drugs. And be in situations and people, places, and things that I would not be in. And I can even remember sharing that with people while I was getting high, and they thought I was crazy. I'd be like, I'm not going to always get high. I was speaking stuff into existence at that time. And I don't want to get too spiritual. I'll make a whole nother video on that because I am very spiritual. But I was speaking things into existence as if it already was. I was like, I'm not going to always be doing this. And they would be looking at me like, what do you mean? They had already accepted the degradation. They had already accepted the fact that they would be in and out of jail. They had already accepted the fact that they were going to pull what we called capers, which is a hustle to get some more money or dope. And I can share some of those capers. I ain't gonna share all of them, but I'll put it this way. When I see people out on the streets and they come to me with a story and they're asking for a quarter or some spare change, not all the time, but a lot of times I look at them and I say, you don't have to live like this. And they still got their game face on. What are you talking about? My boyfriend left me out here by myself, and I need a dollar or two. It's whatever you can give so I can catch an Uber. First of all, you don't pay cash with Ubers. Second of all, I've told so many lies to get more money. I can see, okay, as the streets say, game recognize game. And I would tell them that, and they still would be running the game down on me. And then when I go back into street mode and start saying, yeah, now you're going to go do this, now you're going to do this, and now you're going to do that. And they just stop. Because they know that I know I lived it. That's nothing to brag about. When I tell them that, it is to help them. And a lot of times, again, here they come crying, you don't look like this, and you don't. Oh, but I used to look like that. And I used to look like you out here. I'm just telling you that you don't have, God has a better way for you. God has a better way for you. And then another thing, just because you get clean, life doesn't become perfect. I still have to deal with life on life's terms. Yeah, in the beginning, I had to learn how to do simple stuff like barbecue without a case of beer. you know, stuff like that. But life still shows up. And I don't want to be foggy. I want to see exactly what's coming and deal with life on life's terms. That's what God put me here to do. I want to be the best possible version of myself. I consistently work on myself, mentally, spiritually, and physically. And I know somebody out here wants the same thing, but the first thing you got to do is get clean. Okay, y'all want to hear a story? I'm not going to get too deep, but put it this way, the degradation. I can remember not having cigarettes, and somebody dumped the ashtray out of their car, and it was a bunch, like half. I don't know what happened. Okay, let me keep going. I don't know what happened here. Okay, so they dumped the cigarette butts out, and they were like half smoked. I thought I hit the jackpot. Because I found a full ashtray full of cigarette butts. I don't know where them people's lips been. There's no way in hell I would do that now. There's just no way. You couldn't pay me to do it. 20, 25 years ago, that was the case for me sometimes. Or I would take cigarette butts and dump out all the... I dump out whatever was left in the butt, and then I take some rolling papers and roll it up, and that would be my cigarette. And sometimes I'd be creative and take the filter and put that in and roll it all up like it's a real cigarette. Oh, thank you, Father. Do I ever think about getting high or drinking? Sure. That's never going to stop. I'll cross the line. I'm going to always think about it. But when I play the whole tape out, like, okay, yeah, you ain't had nothing to drink or smoke or any mind mood altering chemical other than coffee and cigarettes. My mind will play a trick on me. Well, you can handle beer. You wasn't never no alcoholic. And then I play the tape out. Okay, so now I'm drinking. I'm not in my right mind. So what's next? Some weed? Maybe lace the weed up? Who knows? Maybe it will be just drinking. Maybe it will be just weed. I am not willing to find out. And I know people that have. I know people that I used to get high with. And they don't smoke crack anymore, but they smoke the hell out of weed. And they do fine. I've watched them become supervisors on their job, build houses from the ground up. They got nice whips and plenty of money. They take vacations and they are functioning. I am not taking that chance. And they've even asked me, they'd be like, come on, you was the stronger one out of all of us. Go on and hit the blunt. Yeah, no. I don't, hey, do you? I don't have no problem with you smoking no weed. You can't smoke no weed in my house. I don't have no problem with you drinking or smoking. I'm just not going to do it. What they say in NA, just for today. There's been times I looked on TV and they showing a beer commercial and the water is beating down the glass and it's hot outside and it be looking good as hell to me. I'm not doing it. I'm what you call scared straight. And that's another thing. This is the 50 plus channel. With me being in my 50s, to be honest with you, I would be scared to smoke some crack now. I don't think my mind and body can handle it no more. I'm not as strong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not 30 years old where I was, oh my God, I was going to work and then I would go get high all night and then I go back to work and then I go get high again until it wasn't no more. Then I pass out in the chair somewhere. There is no way. I'd be tripping when I get less than 7 hours of sleep. If I get less than 7 hours of sleep, I'll be feeling crazy as hell. So, no, I'm not trying to have no heart attack, nothing shut down on me, none of that. And there are people, there are people that I was out there with, and they died in their 50s, still out there doing that. I would be terrified. But as I stated earlier, people have accepted that, it's a lot of active users that have accepted that as their life. They feel like they're going to die doing that, doing drugs and alcohol. And yes, alcohol is a drug, and so is pills, prescription. Anything that is mind or mood altering that has you doing things that you wouldn't normally do is a problem. And yeah, that includes gambling, that includes sex, that includes food, that includes shopping. A lot of times we exchange one drug for another. I went through a period of that. Mine was with the ladies. Had to have them. And did. But it wasn't healthy at all. It wasn't healthy for me or them. Mentally. So, do I still have vices? Yes. Unfortunately, and I'm working on it. Y'all pray for me. I do still smoke cigarettes, and I do drink coffee. And my mother is like, when are you gonna stop smoking? You stop using drugs, then surely you could stop smoking cigarettes. Well, if it was that easy, I would have been dead. But I will. I will, because I want it. I want to be the healthiest version of me, period. In all areas. And I want the same for you. Getting older is one thing, but you want to have a good quality of life as well. Yes, sure enough, a lot of people didn't make it to this age. A lot, including my own child. I'll do a video about that too. But you want to have a good quality. You want to exercise, drink more water, stop smoking, Sean. And surround yourself with healthy-minded people and peace. That's another thing. Peace and serenity, I can't. I can't do the drama. I can't, all that. I'll make a video about that. Never mind. I'm not going to get too far. I'm going to stay on topic and continue with active drug use. I just want to encourage. I want to encourage you. Whoever you are. Oh, it's somebody. It's somebody. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. It's somebody that needs this message. You can do it. And you will. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be blessed. And have a good night. Thanks for watching.